I want you to meet someone who hit the roof when he heard the president say this about a certain ceiling.
I've heard people say, well, in the past, there have been negotiations around raising the debt ceiling. It's always a tough vote because the average person thinks raising the debt ceiling must mean that we're running up our debt.
To the baker who thinks, well, that is half-baked, because David MacArthur says average people know how to live within their means and don't have the freedom to just whip up money out of thin air. So, Dave, I think what you're essentially saying is the president is full of sheet cake?
Hot air, a little bit of ammonia.
I left it at that because I had to practice
boiled
that
eggs.
A few times.
Come on, Neil.
So you don't buy that. As an average Joe who's just trying to run a business, is money in, money out, living within your means, so that part didn't jive with you.
You know what got me the worst? I'm just an average Joe, Neil. America, you're just average. Don't you understand? If you don't live in the Washington bubble, you're all a bunch of friggin' idiots. Neil, aren't we getting tired of this yet? In 2006, it's the same guy that says it doesn't raise the national debt says it's the lack of leadership who's passing the debt along to our children and our grandchildren, and suddenly it's a new day where we're not adding to the national debt 100 times we have history. I am just sick and tired of being lied to and talked to like you're a little child who has no clue because you don't live in the bubble.
Let me ask you, just as a business guy, and a very successful business guy, I mean, you're struggling, but you know a thing or two about, how to keep going through tough times.
We've been at it a year or two.
All right, yeah. But here's what I want to ask you. The president is saying that raising the debt limit isn't the same as raising the debt. Now, your fear is that it sets the stage for doing that. Is that right?
Well, just look at history. If you're why do we have to raise the debt ceiling? To pay for things that they have bought on purchase orders, just like me. I can go to my supplier today and I can order $100,000 worth of ingredients to deliver this second week of December. Okay? Why not? Okay? All my customers say they're going to buy it. Now the second week of December gets here and I've only got $50,000 worth of stuff sold. Well, come on. So do I not owe that bill? Did I not spend that $100,000? Do I not have to come up with that $100,000? Well, not if you're the government. You just go to the bank, the printing press, and print some more and pay for it. It doesn't work that way in small business. It's just common sense logic.
I see where you're coming from, but here's the argument I hear for what the president is saying. This is Congress is doing. They have already allocated these funds for spending, and now they want to back away and not spend the money that's already been appropriated. That's kind of what they're saying, and they've got to keep to that commitment. Much to your analogy you just gave them, I think it's a better one, that you've committed to buy all these products and pay a staff or do whatever you're doing, and now all of a sudden the time comes and you don't do it. What do you say?
Well, I hear what he's saying. I just disagree with it. I disagree with the philosophy. I disagree with the Obama administration philosophy. I disagreed with the George Bush administration philosophy. You don't spend more than what you have. I mean, look at what our national debt has done. It's gone from $4 trillion to $6 trillion to what? $16 trillion? I mean, where does it stop? When do we say we can't spend anymore? And you know what? Shame on Congress. Shame on Congress for not putting their foot down and saying, Mr. President, this is your budget. It's $2 trillion or $1 trillion more than the last one. We're not going to do it. But, I'm the guy that's never said I'm in love with the Republican Party.
No,
we got a bunch of people here who don't know how to control their spending.
Over the years, you have ticked off both sides, which endears me to you. But,
yeah,
David,
everybody says, why don't I run? Well, I don't have friends.
I tell you, I would much rather have a guy like you who knows a thing or two about running a business than any of these so-called highfalutin experts who haven't a clue. Always good, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Appreciate it. David.